Hey, it's Corey from First Line, and today I'm going to talk about the Modular Decontamination Kit, or MDK. All right, so the MDK grew out of a need for a new and better way to do mass casualty victim decontamination. The traditional method has been large tents, showers, pumps, heaters, and that's fine when you have time to set it up. That's fine when you have lots of vehicles and lots of space. But there was a need for something smaller, something that could treat dozens and dozens of casualties immediately, decontaminate them, but all was small enough to fit into a back of a Suburban or the back of a pickup truck. And what we developed here at First Line several years ago was something called the MDK. And we're going to show that to you here today. So what you see here is the MDK box, and inside this kit is enough materials to treat a minimum of 50 contaminated patients up to about 150 contaminated patients. And you can see, compared to a decontamination line, ambulatory or non-ambulatory decontamination line, that normally would require about an hour to treat that number of contaminated patients. This is a much smaller footprint. So inside, we have quite a bit of equipment. And one of the first things we have is kind of what we call our decontamination triage area, or a gross decon pit. And this is just a 3 foot by 3 foot, we call a shuffle pit. The top of the MDK here is designed to be able to be removed from the box itself and taken as close as possible to the contaminated casualties, potentially even into the hot zone. So you can see the entire top tray removes, and in this top tray, we have another number of items that are very important for doing that immediate decontamination. One of the things we have is quite a few FiberTech wipes and mitts. So we have 12-inch by 12-inch wipes, we have 6-inch by 12-inch wipes, we have FiberTech mitts. We have skin decontamination lotion that can be used on pesticides and other organophosphates. And really importantly, we have some good quality S-cut cutout tools. Removing clothing, a lot of studies have shown that removing clothing accomplishes 90 to 95% of decontamination immediately just by removing clothing in the proper way. And it's really important not to remove that clothing over people's heads, because sometimes that contamination can get into their respiratory tract. So we found that really good cutout tools are very good for removing clothing. And as we move down into the box, now we get into some of the more dedicated decontamination products. So we have FiberTech shuffle pit liners. These go into the pit. We have even more FiberTech. We have 12 Dahlgren decon configurations. It's 12 22-ounce configurations, and that's primarily for doing equipment decon, personnel and PPE, clothing, things like that. And then, of course, we have sprayers, tactical sprayers, 2 tactical sprayers in here designed to spray that stuff on. And again, this kit was really designed with some of the lessons learned over the last 20 years of decontamination science, most notably the PRISM study that Health and Human Services released very recently, which showed that for a majority of chemicals, virtually all liquid contamination, that the immediate decontamination that needs to be done on those chemicals is best done dry, through a dry absorbent wipe. So that's what this is designed for. If you have people with very heavy levels of contamination, that's why there's multiple wipes. There's about 150 wipes and mitts in this entire kit. If you have people that have lighter levels of contamination, spot decon, or something like a volatile liquid that's going to evaporate on its own, you can expand that out and treat even more patients. So that's an overview of the MDK, the Modular Decon Kit. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, training@firstlinetech.com, where you can leave comments on our YouTube page. And thank you.